Yes, thank you, Ralph. Hello everyone. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm just going to stand here. I'm not going to risk any microphones getting stuck in my hair. My name is Hagit Galatzer. I'm a senior program manager at Microsoft, and I'm excited to return to sambaXP, representing two events this time, the Microsoft Interoperability Lab and the SMB3 the Microsoft Interoperability Track, which are the sessions we'll talk, and the SMB3 IO Lab, which will happen starting tomorrow in the other room. And with me here are a couple of representatives from the SMB development team. We have Raymond and Genghis sitting at the back. And we also have representatives from the support team and some other team members, so everyone will be available for you to ask questions and meet afterward. So we appreciate the opportunity to participate at sambaXP and provide you with a taste of the Interop program and the benefits it can offer you. And this year we're collaborating with SNIA and CERNET for the IO Lab, as I mentioned. And that's the collaborative environment where developers just keep testing the SMB IO Lab. I'm using both paper and computer, so mixing the old school and new school. On the agenda today, we'll do a short intro. I know lunch is ready, so I'll be very quick. We'll talk about the program and our team's charter. As I mentioned, a short overview of the available documentation and tools that we have. And maybe even, if we have time, start or introduce the idea of conversation about responsible AI and challenges you might be facing or having in your using AI in your development cycle. And speaking of AI, and if you like a good challenge, the Microsoft AI Skill Challenge starts tomorrow. I'll mention where you can register for that and learn a little bit more about AI, enhance your skill, and maybe break your Guinness World Record. So we also have an interesting lineup of speakers later today, so we'll get started. As I mentioned, I'm Hagit, and I represent the Trust, Experience, and Compliance team. So we manage the Interop event, and we connect you, the developers, with our SMB developers or other protocols from the Windows, Office, and SQL, or SQL, as you call it. And I mentioned everyone here, so you can talk to them. And we also have the other teams that are responsible of writing the documentation that Tom Telpe mentioned earlier, and writing the test suite, the test tools, which we'll cover, and also providing the support. So all of these teams work closely together to provide you with the most accurate and updated documentation, support, and test tools. The definition of interoperability is familiar: the ability of the different systems, devices, and software to interact and exchange data seamlessly. And for Microsoft, we, this interoperability is enabling this seamless communication, but also enhancing, with the goal of enhancing the user experience. So as we talked before, having interoperability and having all these documentation is ultimately improving the product. And our main guideline is ensuring that you, the developers, have access to the 4 components that we'll cover, which are the, it starts with our comprehensive documents, the dedicated support teams that we have free of charge, the tools, the test suites that we'll cover, and also the events that we participate and host around the world. Some events are focused on learning and sessions, and some events are more about the implementation and testing, like the IO Lab. Or we also had an RDP IO Lab hosted in Redmond just a few weeks ago. The open specification, these are the docs, are the heart of the Microsoft program, Interop program, and the majority of them, of course, describe the protocols, and they cover all the detailed technical specification that are needed to implement those protocols. And of course, they cover the Windows, Office, SQL, and other Office format. Well, for the interest of time, I'll skip a little bit. This content of library consists of over 900 docs and 50,000 pages, and it's authored in the standardized way, so it's easier for you to know what you're looking for, to ensure that we have consistency. And you can find open specs at learn.microsoft.com. As you select the protocol of choice, you'll see that consistent look and feel that I mentioned. For example, here we drill down to MSSMB2, and you can download the current version or previous version of the document, create a diff, and see the changes over time. You'll be able, in the doc, you'll be able to see where it references other documents and other protocols, the relationship between them, the normative and informative information, describing the communication messages. And the documents are published 15 days prior to every major Windows client and server release, including the continuous monthly deliveries. I just wanted to mention, draw your attention to the What's New page. That's the place to check for the most recent updates at the top part, and also service releases and security patches. So it's replacing the errata mechanism that we used to have, and it's the easier and the easiest and quickest way to see the changes. And just another tip that when in each of the documents, at the end, you'll see the change tracking table that will list all the changes. In addition to the protocol specification, we also offer development tools you can use to debug your implementation and validate your code. And we find that there are 3 main scenarios for that, as you know. The first one is the client side, where developers are building client's application that connects to Microsoft Server. The second are the server implementation, where basically the other side, where you're looking for a seamless connection with and a similar experience to what you would expect from a Microsoft implementation. Or the third scenario, which is developers that are building something on the middleware, typically security or archiving scenarios. And along with the documentation, we have a variety of tools to explain and showcase how to do all these different scenarios. So when we authored each open specification, we spent time doing in-depth analysis to ensure the document is accurate and consistent. So in our protocol test suite, we simulate these one second. We simulate the implementation process by pulling out the key requirements and what we call the normative language and turning those requirements into test cases. And you can think of the test cases as representative of how the protocol, the messages and communication works between the client and server. So we have a large number of Office family test suite, not going to name them, and similarly a large family of the Windows side test suites. All are available on GitHub. There are multiple communication channels where you can contact our dedicated support team and ask questions. If you take one thing out of this presentation is remember the dochelp@microsoft.com email. That's your email to ask the questions. Our team, and we have Shrikant here representing the team. The team is dedicated to help you unblock issues and help you move forward with your development. You can also post on the forums anonymously, and all the resources here will be available in a separate slide at the end. Just quickly, the interop events are the place where it all comes together. So that's where these events are designed to bring IT professional, developers, industry experts. And some of them are larger, broad in scope. As you can see here, this is a picture from our Dev Days event in Taipei. And this is where it's focused more, it's more of a learning opportunity with sessions. And some events, like this one, you might see some familiar faces at the top picture. So these are the IO Lab, which are smaller in scope, where developers sit around one table. It's an opportunity to collaborate, expand your knowledge, ask all those questions. The interoperability program continuously develops and evolves over the year. And the resources that we offer are changing. A lot of it is based on feedback from customers and users like you. So we really appreciate the feedback, and we want to hear from you. How can we improve and increase the value that we offer you? So questions like, how are we doing? Are we doing enough? For example, bringing the IO Lab here to sambaXP was based on feedback from the SNIA SDC people. So, we don't have time right now, but we can talk about it later during this week. Is this the right cadence for the event? Is this the right location? Happy to hear your comments and have a discussion. And interoperability is a lead pillar of a broader customer empowerment strategy that we're looking to expand around trustworthy and responsible AI, as I mentioned in the beginning. As AI is transforming industries with vast potential, at the same time, there's great responsibilities, and we recognize challenges that you may be facing in your AI journey, as we face similar ones in our development process. And we're just interested in understanding your needs and concerns around AI, AI usage in your organization. Do you use AI in your development process? Something that, again, I don't know if we have time now, but maybe with the raise of hands, if it's something that you're already using, then I don't know, interested to know. But I don't see too many hands here. Okay, one. And so maybe there are concerns that you have why you're not using it. So that's also something it would be an interesting conversation, so happy to spend that time and have those conversations later. And speaking of AI, as I mentioned, the Microsoft AI Skill Fest starts tomorrow, April 8th. So there's still time to register today, so maybe that's a good opportunity for you to expand your knowledge and take some classes and maybe even be a part of a Guinness World Record. And just as we all go to lunch, I wanted to mention the following sessions that we have as part of the Microsoft track, and they'll take place in the other room, in the track 2. First, we'll have, after lunch, we'll have James Omitrian from our test team to cover the SMB3 test suite overview and updates. Afterwards, we'll have Michael Bowen from the Office support side that will be discussing working with the Office OpenXML and Azure AI, covering the document processing and automation. Afterwards, Andrew Davidoff to cover the new Outlook overview. And then at 4 p.m., please join us, join Raymond and Genghis that are here live to talk about the SMB in Windows Server 2025 and beyond. Although we wish, we'll also have tomorrow, we'll have more presentation from our SMB Azure team. We have Mitakshi here. She works with Steve French. So although we wish all of our speakers could be here in person, some speakers will present remotely or via recording due to travels and personal constraints. But after each session, there will be a Q&A opportunity, so please take advantage of that and ask questions. This is the resources slide that I mentioned, if you want to take a picture. Perfect. So just wanted to say thank you for having me here, and we hope to see you in our future events, also the SNIA SDC in September in California, or maybe even the Dev Days in Asia. So thank you, and I will be here for the entire week, our team members, as I mentioned, so feel free to reach out to us and ask any question. Thank you.